Most of us live our lives entirely inside what we could call digital time. It is a reality dictated by the 24-hour news cycle, the next calendar alert, and the constant, stressful optimization of the personal inbox. We have taken the ancient philosophy of carpe diem, seizing the day, and warped it. In our modern context, living in the moment often serves as a rhetorical shield for immediate, hedonistic personal consumption. This behavior relies on a specific economic illusion. Our standard financial models treat the economy as an isolated system operating independently of the biophysical realities of the planet. It assumes human ingenuity will always find a way to skirt around natural limits. But look at your phone, look at your thermostat, or your morning coffee. You are standing on a cosmic credit card. Your daily life is actively supported by an invisible team of global supply chains and ancient geological stocks that you can neither see nor control. By focusing entirely on the efficiency of our present hours and minutes, we have developed a massive blind spot. We are ignoring the actual physical costs required to keep us alive. This blind spot has a name: ecological overshoot. It is the point where our culture consumes resources and generates waste significantly faster than a finite planet can regenerate or absorb them. To understand the scale of this, look at a single hour on Earth. Every 60 minutes, humanity discards 5.7 million toothpaste tubes, 570,000 cell phones, and 2.3 million pairs of sneakers. All of this eventual waste ends up infiltrating our physical ecosystems. Because the planet is a closed loop, the discarded byproducts of our convenience do not disappear. They accumulate, crowding out the space needed for natural regeneration. When we maximize our present comfort through the narrative of infinite growth, we are running a mathematical deficit. We are actively stealing carrying capacity and resources from the unborn future. Time operates as an exponent. In the physical world, it acts as a mathematical multiplier on every choice we make. You buy a plastic bottle of soda and drink it. That consumption takes 5 to 10 minutes, but that bottle takes 450 years to decompose in a landfill. 10 minutes multiplied by 450 years. One tiny act creates a toxic scar lasting centuries. Under this equation, a single sugary drink transforms into a massive negative planetary legacy. Your 5 minutes of hydration will outlive your great-great-grandchildren. And plastic is just the baseline. The styrofoam cup holding your morning coffee will remain in the environment for roughly 1 million years. We are living inside the carbon pulse. We are drawing down ancient fossil hydrocarbons millions of times faster than they were trickle-charged into the earth by photosynthesis. These industrial byproducts have crossed the barrier from the environment into our internal biology. Microplastics and thousands of untested chemicals are now embedded in all human tissues and brains. Our current approach is a regulatory game of whack-a-mole. We ban one toxic chemical only to substitute it with a similar synthetic compound so manufacturing can continue. Decades later, we discover the replacement is causing worse health outcomes than the original. We measure our lives in days and hours, but our physical bodies are built from borrowed materials. At present, we are holding on to these elements while refusing to return them to the Earth's natural cycles. Escaping this trap requires adopting a framework called deep time. Instead of personal time management, deep time evaluates the consequences of our actions by asking how they will impact those living in our local bioregion 7 generations from now. We used to define legacy as a name carved into a piece of granite. But statues crumble and tombstones erode. In the teeth of the meta-crisis, a true legacy is a measurable physical reality. It is a state called biosphere viability. Your legacy is etched directly into the parts per million of atmospheric carbon, the biodiversity of the topsoil, and the chemical health of your local watershed. Moving toward a positive legacy requires shifting from extraction to restoration. We must mirror biological nutrient cycles. When we return organic matter to the soil through processes like composting, time begins to act like compound interest, rapidly multiplying the restorative health of the ecosystem. Adopting planetary stewardship requires treating intergenerational justice as a strict function of time. Time multiplies everything we do. If we consume mindlessly, we leave an inherited debt. But if we act with radical hope, Aligning our creative power with the Earth's natural cycles, our daily actions become a profound restorative gift. It forces us to answer the most piercing question of our era. If today is a good day to die, have you ensured that tomorrow is a good day for a child to be born? We have built our world on a high-stakes assumption that our industrial momentum is as unsinkable as the steel hulls we once set into the Atlantic. But the elephant in the room has grown too large to ignore, moving out of our private shadows and into the center of our lives. This is the meta-crisis, the tipping point where the stories of endless growth collide with the physical limits of our planet. It reduces us to passengers, waiting like roadkill on the side of a life we no longer control, paralyzed by the headlines, watching for the next wave to break. Yet, when the ship finally cracks, the passenger's role ends, and the adventurer's begins. The very failure of the old world becomes a direct call to a planetary adventure. This is the invitation to step out of the heavy aura of the past and into the absolute power of the present moment. The Lifeboat Mini-Course is your immediate, structured transition, a free 5-day journey delivered to your inbox to transform global anxiety into local resilience. As the unsinkable systems fracture, we must stop asking for permission and start acting as co-creators of the cosmos, mapping a new way forward through our own backyards. Day 1 begins with an audit of the invisible, the energy and water systems you rely on every hour, yet rarely ever see. Day 2 forces a change in your geographical lens, challenging you to locate your true home within your watershed and local bioregion. You won't navigate this terrain alone. You will receive daily study guides and synthesized patterns designed to cut through the noise and reveal the architecture of change. Day 3 asks you to practice active hope in a world facing ecological overshoot. Day 4 introduces the demanding standard of revolutionary love. By tracing the water back to your neighbor's tap, you move beyond the narrow walls of self-help and into the expansive, interconnected practice of systems health. The climax arrives on Day 5 with the introduction of a specific framework for your future, the 9x21 harvest. You will commit to 9 concrete actions to be executed over the next 9 days, weeks, or years to build your cosmic legacy. You will then write the 7-generation letter, speaking across time to a resident of your town in the year 2026 to explain the uncommon choices you made today. This legacy is a unified dance, a work of restoration that cannot be built in isolation. Who is your mutual guiding spirit in this transition, and which 9 things will you choose to do? Stop waiting for the headlines to crush you. Sign up for the Lifeboat Mini-Course now. Access your Day 1 materials immediately and join the community hub where the next story of our world is already being written. You can remain tied to the illusion of a collapsing global credit card, or take this course to begin building real systems health today. The Earth is tired of the lie. It is time to dance with the truth.